Okay. All right, well, we will go ahead and get started. We'd like to welcome Tom Kim to the interview room here at the 2024 Rocket Mortgage Classic. Tom, thanks for joining us for a few minutes. I know you've had a lot going on, coming off a very impressive and hard-fought week last week. With that now, a few days in the rearview mirror, if we could just have you look back on that and just a couple comments about what you were really proud of last week.
Obviously, yeah. Obviously, it was a really good week last week. We did everything we could to try and get the win, and me and Scotty both beat the field by 2, which is, I think, really hard to do at this level, at this depth of field. And for us to, with one of my closest friends, to be able to kind of, play for a trophy, it's never happened for me before. So to kind of share that experience with him was really cool. And it's unfortunate for me to lose, but I'm very proud of him, and I'm pretty sure he's having a really good time with his family. So I'm happy for him. But overall, just kind of where my game has been, it's just kind of nice to see that to kind of see the results just kind of come into labor.
You're speaking of the results. You've had top 5 finishes now in 2 of your last 4 starts. What is it about your game, mentality, whatever it is, that's really clicking and you're feeling good about?
I think everything's just kind of coming together. I think my game has been. I felt like it was in a really good state the whole year, but just haven't seen really good results. And I think that's kind of why I'm on this stretch, was to kind of just get my game, a lot sharper. Because when you can do it at home and you can't do it out here, there's actually no point. So that was the whole mindset of kind of going this stretch, to kind of get my competition game sharper, get ready for the majors. And, I'm very fortunate that it actually has shown, and how my game has trended the right way.
And one last question for me, and then we'll open it up. You're making your 3rd start here at the Rocket Mortgage Classic. You've had a top 10 finish as well here. What is it about this place that you like, and how it suits your game?
It's a very traditional style golf course. It's a very tree-lined golf course. You need to hit the ball in the fairway. Hopefully we won't get much rain where it firms up, where you have to play for a lot of shots, where run-outs and ball position. And I think we don't get that much of type of golf anymore. It's all about, wide fairways, hitting it far, long holes. But this golf course, there's certain holes where it actually plays long, but you have a lot of wedge opportunities where if you actually position yourself really well, you can score well.
Okay. Well, with that, we'll take questions. If you would just pop your hand up, we have a microphone we'll pass your way. We'll start right back here. You probably can't see him because of the light.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. Can you talk about the impact your caddy, Paul Tesori, has had on you, both on and off the course? It seems like your personalities mesh very well together.
Yeah. So, Paul and I have it's definitely become a lot more than just a caddy-player relationship. Obviously, it's very big. He and I have the same side of faith, which is really, really cool. So perspective-wise, if I'm having a tough day on the golf course, the perspectives that he can give is very different from what I've had. Instead of just saying, hey, it's just a tough day at the golf course, he can definitely just show a lot of the biblical stuff, and it really helps me personally when it gets tough. And just to kind of see last week and the good finishes, because we've been working really, really hard to kind of just play well, and to kind of see that and share the same perspectives when good things happen, it's really special.
Morning, Tom. I know you had a couple of wins last year, and runner-up finish last year as well, rather. You have one coming up this last week. Do you take more lessons from those close finishes where you finish just behind the leader, or do you take more lessons from your victories?
Yeah, I think I feel like I've learned a lot more from my failures, or not failures, but tough weeks and runner-up finishes, because I feel like there's just so much more to gain, where golf is, you lose 99% of the year. Like, that's just kind of where it goes. You know, like only one guy wins the trophy and everyone else goes home. So, you know, I've felt like victories are so much fun. You know, like that's why you play golf and to lift up some trophies. But when you play really good and you finish second to the #1 golfer in the world, but you know, as much as golf I play with him, as close as I am with him, he's still really, really good. And for me to be able to kind of extend it to playoff holes and to kind of, you know, experience that depth of field and playing my best golf, and to see that, man, like I played really good. I had 24 birdies and 2 bogeys, and the 2 bogeys came from 2 3-putts. And I'm like, man, if I can save one of those shots, I win the golf tournament by 1. And I just feel like there's so much more to gain when you have weeks like that. It's a positive week, but you always look at it as, okay, how can I do better? And you feed off so much, and I think that's how you keep adding up good weeks and adding up your successes, and leads to winning big golf tournaments.
Any additional questions? Okay. Oh, Tessa, go for it. Hang on one second. We can bring the microphone over to you.
How has golf forever like helped you in your physical fitness over the end of this 8-week stretch?
So that's actually the big thing. I went on this stretch before my rookie year at 22. It wasn't planned. It was just more, it just kind of happened. And I think by the time I got to week 6, 7, 8, I was very, very tired. But like now my fitness is way more consistent. It's way more intense. So that it's my 9th week, and I'm feeling like it's only my 2nd. You know, I feel really fresh, and to have a partner like that definitely helps me just stay in shape, especially on the road. It's so hard to be disciplined and to be committed with your workouts, and to have a partner like that where on tour it's always accessible and it's easy to travel with. It kind of forces you to stay on it. So, you know, being consistent with my fitness has played a huge role in my young early stages of my career.
All right. Well, thank you, Tom. We appreciate your time.